Howdy, howdy. Welcome to this episode of the Hello, Hello podcast. I am your host, Alyssa Rogers. I said, howdy, howdy. How'd you like that? Because look at where we are. We are with some awesome friends today. And the best one, Ginia Woods. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming and having us and hanging out with my friends. And, I get to tell people I get to hang out with Morgan Wallen, and a lot of women are jealous of me constantly, but he's made a paper, so it's not that impressive. I did meet him, though, when he came to the Carrington a few years back, but that's,
How was that?
That was awesome. He had short hair, though. No mullet.
Okay.
And he was a hoodat because he opened up for Brothers Osborne.
Yeah.
So it was fresh off the voice, and we're like, okay, cool, take a picture. And then now when I go to career days and stuff, I'm like, I met Morgan Wallen. And they don't believe me. Yeah. And then I pull out the old phone. I'm like, there he is.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. And I know that we're going to hear so many cool stories like that during our time here at WAKG, WBTM. I mean, you all know it. You listen to it every day, I'm sure, right? And I mean, I want to know all the things. I want to know behind the scenes. I want to know fun stories. I feel like you always have such a good time wherever you go. And it's heard on the radio every day. And so let's get started on kind of how you ended up where you are today.
Well, it's a funny story because I went to Averett University and I was double majoring in music and journalism. I am a classically trained opera singer who works at a coury radio station.
Wow.
Isn't that funny? Yeah. That's a little tidbit for you. At the end of this, we'll do a giveaway. No, just kidding. So I needed some internship hours for my journalism degree. And I saw a paper ad for the 7 to midnight slot on WAKG. And I was like, well, I need some hours to graduate. Yeah. I'll give it a go. Interviewed with Sherry, who was afternoons at the time and had been here for quite some time, and ended up working part-time. And the rest is history. I kind of like moved on up in the ranks, if you will. So I can pretty much do any job in the building.
Yeah.
I can change the toilet out if I need to.
Awesome. Hey, we need that at Rogers.
Right. Yeah. You got to be like versatile. But it has been truly a blessing, honor. And it's funny because, having that musical background, I always said as a kid, I want to do something in music when I grow up. And when I was doing journalism, I thought it'd be like writing for the Rolling Stone or something like that. And it ended up being on a radio station.
Yeah.
So it worked out at the end, and I've been very blessed to be here. I started when I was 20, and I'll be 38 at the end of the month. So, so it's been quite a adventure.
Yeah,
it's been
18
fun.
years almost. And, what was it like? Because, we're sitting here today, but right next door is a studio, and I'm like, obsessed, okay. Because this stuff is just fascinating to me. What was it like the first time that you sat in that seat and you had a mic in front of you and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to talk to people?
Yeah, it was really nerve-wracking, honestly, because, it's one of those things when you really realize what's going on and what I say, so many ears are going to hear it.
Yes.
It's like no pressure, but it was pressure. That was very And when I look back being 20, life was a whole lot of difference, and there was different perspective and everything. So versus today where I'm like, all right, here we go. So it's a lot of fun and I enjoy it now. But then it was kind of like, I hope I get to the point where people like me.
Right.
That's also another thing, because you don't want to be the person that someone's like, well, she's on. I hate listening to her. I was like, okay, let me find my voice. Let me find my personality, or let what I already have shine, and how can I craft that, and how can I grow? And I'll listen to older commercials, or air checks is what we call when you have to record your air shift and your program director listens to it to kind of critique it and give you some tips and stuff. My voice has changed tremendously. Some of my older commercials, it's like, stop by Supply Line Discounts. And I said, who is that? And then you hear me today, and it's like, Supply Line Discounts, Highway 58 at 360 in South Boston. Yes. Completely different, and I can go with it at a moment's notice. So.
Shout out Supply Line Discounts. We love them.
We love them.
They've been on the podcast and are amazing. So.
Yes. No membership fees, open to the public.
you're sitting and you're talking, and now you are a voice of Danville, South Boston, all surrounding areas. People know you. What is that like going out in public? Do people come up to you and they're like, hey, I know you. I listen to you every day?
Sometimes, with the power of social media, I'll have like random people add me and I'll have no clue who they are. And I'm like, well, they look nice, what have you. But then I'll be somewhere like, say, Target shopping, and the lady ringing me up is like, I know who you are. And I'm like, oh, thanks. And so then in turn, I'll tell my son, this is why we act nice in public, because you never know who knows who I am, and they might know you in turn. So it kind of works as a parent tool. So
true.
That's nice. But it's really nice because any interaction like that has always been positive and very welcoming and supportive. And it's one of those things, we invade people's homes and lives, and it's really, they have to welcome you into it. There's so many choices and so many options, but we're a different animal because we're so locally focused and so locally based. WAKG is 100,000 watts of country power. So we reach South Boston, Roxborough, Henry County, Martinsville area, Caswell County, Reedsville, City of Danville. So all of that is WAKG country. All of that is our locality. That's our community. Danville is more so of the BTM side. So BTM is centrally located in Danville. It's an AM station with an FM translator. So it reaches out on the cusp of Caswell County, Pelham, Yanceyville. If you're heading out 58 West, right there at the corner market, kind of fades out. So Danville is kind of the hub for BTM. That just celebrated a 95th birthday.
Congratulations. Amazing.
Pretty amazing. Alex has been here for the whole time. No, just kidding. He's been here since he was 15, and I won't go through the whole math, but he's been here for a long time. He is the voice of WBTM for sure. But we really are glad to be that source of entertainment, news, information, and of course helping, businesses too. Like, it's very important to make sure businesses are able to use our voice to tell what they've got going on, services, products, etc. And then you want the listeners to know that stuff is available to them. So it really is kind of like a whole donut, I guess, if you want to call it. I feel like the Lion King, it's all a part of the circle of life.
It is.
So that's kind of, we're just kind of the mediator for everybody. And it's really nice. It's very important. It's very humbling at the same time. It really is. So it's a bad day here is better than a good day at a lot of other jobs.
Right.
And I tell folks that when they walk through the door and become part of the family.
And you really do help so many businesses. I want you to know, because Rogers
we
advertises.
love Rogers.
And I mean, the amount of people that call because they heard us on the radio. I mean, it really does work. So any business owners out there, if you want to know where to put marketing funds or advertising funds and you're wondering, like, does it work? It works.
Well, it's like I tell people, before, I say, what's your favorite song? So I'm not to put you on the spot. What's your favorite song?
Oh my gosh, all I do is win DJ Khaled all day.
Okay, so the first time you heard that one song, did you know all the lyrics?
No.
So the 10th time, maybe you knew the chorus and some of the verses. But like the 50th time, you knew the whole thing.
For sure.
So
don't make me sing it though.
Yeah. That's the power of like repetition in radio advertising. And it's like you didn't wake up one day and you knew the McDonald's ba-da-da-da-da.
Oh yeah.
Or you didn't know, give me a break, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
Wow.
So, that's just the whole point of it. So we've had interactions with folks before and they're like, well, just one here and one there. And it's like, but you have to understand you've got to become a part of a person's psyche and they've got to know who you are, and we want to educate them and tell them what you've got going on so that way you become part of their life too. Yeah. We have so many people, like with some of our sponsorships, that are ingrained. They can tell you it's URW birthday bash or it's the Foster Insurance Agency drive at 5 because of the long-standing relationship we've had and their commitment to that, and people could rat off like what they've got going on, like I did with Supply Line Discounts. I've done that commercial a million times, talked about them. I could tell you probably everything they had in the store. And so that's what you want the consumer to know as well. And then it might be today they'll go, it might be tomorrow, or it might be a month from now, I'm gonna stop by there. So.
That is very powerful, and you're inspiring me, and my wheels are turning on all of the things I need to change about our ads right now in such a good way.
Yeah, so, good.
Thank you for that.
Oh, no problem. And then, we're really excited because you might see this shiny little thing. So this is something kind of new, and we are not scared to change. Some people think, radio is so old school, like, radio. But the studies have shown that even the newer generation, the younger generations, they're turning to radio because it's raw and real.
True.
And it's something that they're lacking from other platforms. And the local tie, that's the big part. But we want to embrace change and move forward. So now not only can we have you on the radio, but we can have you popping up during 1923 on Paramount Plus with like streaming TV ads, or we can host and build a website. We can do SEO, which is basically a fancy acronym of when you Google best such and such business, you're going to be in the top 5. So having that capability to kind of embrace that. And then, once we get a really cool website for someone, let's promote it on the air. Visit suchandsuch.com. So we're going to be able to help our customers take over everything. Smartphones,
so
TV,
important.
radio.
And it's all in one place too. And so when it can be overwhelming and it's like, oh, I have to deal with you for radio, this person for website, this person for this. It's like, no, we'll take care of you.
Absolutely. Let's just go ahead and strategize and make that marketing plan make sense and work out for you. And we pride ourselves on not only working what would do best for the person, but also budget-wise. I mean, that's important.
Yes.
For sure. So, it's like if you go out to a car lot and you're like, I really want this with the leather seats and the sunroof, and I want this and this, and that's how much a month is? Okay, I don't need the leather seats. I'll do the cloth seats. That's fine. But you still get the same quality product. So we're really blessed with a great team of ladies that can really kind of hone in on what folks
I truly think that's the secret sauce to growing a business, is finding your team of people and not feeling like you have to have so many different companies and agencies and vendors. It's like you find your core group that believes in you and trusts in you, and that's where the magic happens.
Absolutely. Like if you go through this building, we have so many people that can wear so many different hats, and we have a really good staff that people are really good at multitasking.
Yeah.
So I find them walking down the hall answering an email while they're going to get something off the fax machine. It's really mind-blowing, but it makes it all work.
It does.
And it's wonderful. And
oh my gosh.
We're very blessed. We're very blessed with a good team. And I guess that kind of like shows why we've been around for so long. So BTM, 95 years, WAKG since the 70s, so 50 some years. So, I'd like to be here when I'm like WAKG is like 100 years old, but I don't know. Well, I said 38.
You're here forever.
Yeah.
You're never retiring.
I'll have a stand up here one day.
Yes.
That would be great. That'd be fantastic.
Yes, you'll be here forever. And speaking of that, take us through, so you're on air from 10 to 3, and Monday through Friday. Take us through a day in the life. Okay. What do you do and how does this all work?
So I get up. I take a shower. No, I'm not going to go through all that.
Do it.
The hustle and bustle of home. I've got a 11-year-old kid genius, and I've got a 15-year-old bonus kiddo. She's awesome too. So, kind of doing the mom thing, the working mom thing. Let's lunch packs, take to school, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Come in, coffee. I'm like a 3-beverage person. I got to have my coffee, my energy drink, and like my Stanley of water. And it might have a flavor, it might not.
And what is your energy drink of choice?
I'm obsessed with the Alani's.
Okay.
And right now it's the cotton candy Alani.
All right.
I'm like 12 years old apparently.
No, not at all.
I'm obsessed with it. So I'll have that. So I'll have my caffeine, my mojo going, right? And then we use a thing in radio. It's called like show prep. So anytime like I cut on the mic and I talk about so-and-so's getting a divorce, or did you know that the average person checks their email X amount of times a day? We have like inside sources where we can kind of access that information. And it's just kind of going through that and figuring out like, would I want to know about it? So my friend on the other side, they'd probably want to know about it. And then how I can make it relatable and interesting. Or if I could think of a quick little quip or joke or something to go along with it to just kind of have them chuckle. And that's my favorite thing, when I'll have a listener like add me on Facebook and message me and be like, that was really funny. And I love that. I did it. I did it. Because sometimes, you're like, was I the only one laughing in the room? Really? But you also have to understand there's so many people listening. Like we have on average like 60 to 70,000 every 15 minutes listening. So I might get that one message, but it might have been 10,000 that were like, ha ha, in unison. How creepy would that be? Ha ha ha.
They are. They are.
Yeah. So that's really cool and rewarding. And then, we have contests and stuff. So you talk about that. We have folks that hop on board to sponsor features. So we talk about that so we can utilize that to educate about a business in conjunction for something cool that the listener could win. So it's a dual purpose there again. And the music, you get lost in
Yes.
the music. It's wonderful. I can sit there and listen to music all day long and talk. So it's great. And so when my son gets in trouble at school for talking too much, I'm like, I'm sorry. I cannot reprimand him. I cannot.
That's what I do for a living.
Right. I'm training my replacement. I can't. Did he say something bad? Did you have to bleep him out? No, then we're good. So yeah, and that's pretty much how the day is. Now, sometimes, you know, I do like some administrative stuff, help out with the sales team, the marketing department. I do promotions, so fun contests and stuff. I have a heavy hand in. I handle our social media. I help with the websites and making sure we have all the links and stuff for our contests and things on there, our concert page, voice commercials if a client wants, you know, an on-air person to do it, we do that. So it's a hodgepodge of stuff kind of going along with that. Everybody like multitask, but again, it's awesome.
And you go and you do live broadcasts.
Yeah, I do that. Yes.
And you have to be at a lot of events and a lot of things going on because you do support so many in the community.
Oh yeah, we've done the Bridge to Bridge 5K walk run. One year we were like, we're going to be in it. We're going to walk. After everyone's like, I need to quit halfway through. I was like, well, we can stand there and cheer people on with our music playing. So that's what we did this past year. I think my cronies who I invited, they liked that much better.
Yeah.
I was like, I missed out on my steps, but that's fine. We're still supporting. Alzheimer's walks, we're big with the Salvation Army. We have a really good relationship with them. Every year we do a Christmas Bucks for Kids campaign, and we kind of like let the campaign and information about those in need take over both radio stations, and we're out and about live for events with them. We're raising funds. We're donating prizes like a trip to the beach or $100 Visa gift cards. If someone would donate $1, they'll be in the running to win that. So things like that to really put a focus on that there's a lot of needy folks in our area.
Yes.
And I don't think people really realize it, but the Salvation Army, you think about it for Christmas because you see the bells, you hear the bells, you see the kettles, but they do stuff all year round, and they help with kids that need school supplies or people that need groceries or utility assistance, or when there's flash floods, they will load up and they will go to places like Texas and stuff.
Wow.
So it's pretty incredible. Like our local people will go and do that. So we're very blessed to be associated with an organization like that. And when it's genuine and you know all the effort and all the funds you're raising, it's actually helping people.
Yes.
That's pretty amazing.
And you know, you do so much of that. And then there are some, pretty cool events you get to go to.
Yeah.
Concerts, entertainment events.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, and who's your favorite person?
Well, we hit
you've
on
met?
Morgan Wallen.
Yes.
I didn't actually hit on him, but we talked about it earlier. I've got to go and meet folks like, Brothers Osborne, John Anderson. That was cool to meet him. Like when you grow up listening to stuff like that, that's really neat. I met John Conley, which that was really cool because growing up, the song that we listened to on the way to school every day was Rose-Colored Glasses. So to meet the man who did it, I was like, this is great. He probably thought I was really obnoxious in that moment. We were able to meet like Dierks Bentley. A lot of folks have come through this area.
Yeah.
And Danville Harvest Jubilee works really hard to make sure to have some great entertainment. So that's always really fun to be a part of. I've gotten to go to country radio seminars.
Yeah.
That was really neat to meet voices like Bob Kingsley, who had a countdown show for eons. Anyone who listened to any countdown show on country radio, Bob Kingsley was the man.
Yeah.
Funny story, we get to go to a Garth Brooks surprise show one night.
Awesome.
That was neat. That was when he was like retired and he suddenly was going to come back out. And so we all looked at our wristband. I said, that's a G. That's Garth. They're like, no, it's not. It's not Garth. It was Garth.
Awesome.
So Garth Brooks, show's incredible, wonderful. We get on the bus. Bob Kingsley's in the back of the bus, and the bus driver almost hit somebody. And we hear the voice, we almost hit that guy. And that tickles me to this day. Like, when you're in a room and you just start laughing at something, I think of Bob Kingsley, rest in peace. We almost hit that guy. And I'm like, we did. Yeah, we almost did. But that's a fun story. We have a lot of those, and you get to work with folks in a creative environment. So we all have different personalities, and we joke and carry on, but it helps with our product too, because it comes out on the air for sure.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool.
Yeah.
You have the coolest job.
I think so. I mean, yours is pretty cool too. So I think we're kind of competing on that level right now.
Well, we got to work together then. We got to collaborate.
Yeah, I think we talked about maybe trading for a day. We'll have to see how that works.
Do you think we should trade jobs for a day? I think so. But I'm being told that everyone at Rogers gets a raise if you trade with me.
I'm a very generous person.
Or something. So I think everyone's going to vote for you.
Or the day off, and we're like, just come in your pajamas. It's fine.
So tell us about, what are your current goals?
Current goals, just kind of keeping the product at that same level.
Yeah.
But I'm the kind of person, and I know you're the same mindset, that everybody can improve on themselves in some form or fashion, in some way. Whether it's, I'm going to cut back on my sugar intake, or I'm going to take an extra walk, or I'm going to park further at the grocery store so I can get those steps in, or I'm going to listen to other folks and see how they would have done it, or they would have said it, or I'm going to, run this joke by someone and see their reaction and maybe tweak it and stuff like that. So that's kind of just improving upon my craft. Goals is to, of course, continue to support my team and get them rolling and being successful. I have a rock star team. Yeah. I'm very proud of them, and they make life here worth it all. It's wonderful. Sometimes we joke, we say we put the fun in dysfunction, but we mean that with the most love ever. But when you work with folks, they are your family because you see them more than your family a lot of times. And so it's always a blessing to work with people that you just gel and you don't dread coming into work, or if someone stops by your office, you're not like, oh, it's not them, please. You don't want that vibe. So that's really good. So helping them succeed, honing in on my craft, our radio stations flourishing, thriving, helping the community, helping our listeners, helping our clients, our digital services, getting those like really a well-oiled machine like we have with the radio portion. That's really kind of professional goals, I guess.
Yeah.
Personal goals is just, making sure my kids are happy.
Yes.
Giving them the best life possible. That's really my ultimate goal as far as that's concerned. If I can raise a better version of myself, or someone who exceeds what I've done in life, I've won. And that's kind of, my job isn't to get him to Harvard, it's to get him to heaven. So that's kind of my thing. I mean, if they wanted Harvard too, that's fantastic. Put me in an awesome nursing home, please. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's pretty much kind of.
Yeah, and if you could meet anyone, because you're put in a lot of rooms where you've gotten to meet a lot of people, but who is that one that you would just be starstruck?
Like now?
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
They were to walk in these doors
any
right
person
now.
Ever.
Yes, who would you just be going crazy over?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. That's a loaded question.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just going through like the catalog of people. I mean, seeing Morgan Wallen again would be really cool.
Yes.
They're like, remember when? And he's like, I don't know who you are, lady. I know an entertainer that I'm obsessed with.
Okay.
Well, a couple.
Okay, you can name a couple.
Like that have gone. They've
to
greener pastures.
Yes.
So the opera singing thing, I was obsessed with as a child. He was like my muse, Luciano Pavarotti.
Okay.
And then on the same token, completely different side of the spectrum, Freddie Mercury. Living today, I don't know.
You don't know. Well, you're going to have to think about this, because you'll think about it on your way home today.
Oh, and at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll message you on Facebook, but like, there it is.
Do it.
That person.
And then when we post this, we will say in the comments who your person is.
Yeah, to be continued.
Yes.
It's pre-promotion.
Yes.
You're already doing, yes.
So
the tease, as we call it in the biz.
Just check out the comments right now, and you will know who that is. And then comment who you would love to meet.
Now I'm going to have to Google people, and I'm like, that one. That's the one. That's it. Yeah.
Well, I just really appreciate you letting us be here today. I mean, I'm pretty starstruck today just being able to sit next to you, and I truly mean that. And I want to let everyone know, like, a little bit of a story that meant so much to me. So we started Hello, Hello. And as you know, you have people that love you and people that may not, right? And you hear about it because you put yourself out there, and people have opinions, and that's great. And so I was having a really bad day one day based on opinions that were being said about me. And I get this random message, and I'm looking at it, and it's from you. and we had never met. And you were so inspiring and so encouraging, and it really helped me to continue doing what I'm doing today because you were there and supporting, and it's people like you that keep me doing this. So thank you for that.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure. I was in the middle of like working out, and I took a breather, and I was like, let me see her latest, and I was like, I needed to hear that. So I think in turn, I don't know if you realize it or not, but you do that for so many people. And it's kind of like I said, that one listener that'll message you versus like the 10,000 that didn't. So it's always important to think about the people that you touch that you have no idea, and the legacy that you leave behind without even knowing who all it affects.
You're so right. And thank you for everything you're doing and for supporting so many and helping so many businesses and helping people get through their days. And I mean, just continue doing what you're doing and growing because it's amazing.
Thank you.
And everyone, you know, you got to tune in every day and listen to all the amazing music, all the amazing stories and the jokes, and laugh at them.
Please.
Laugh at all the jokes.
Please.
And
even if it's like a fake, like, I want it. I need it. It's like Monsters, Inc. They like get the screams. I get the laughs. I need them.
So continue that.
Please.
And let everyone know that you're laughing, okay? So post about it, share it, and be sure to follow the Facebook page because that's where all the updates are, right? All on social media.
Yeah, we post things like that, you know, award-winning news, we have that. We have local news, so if you want to know if it's happening at home or if it's happening across the country, the globe, we do that. And we're one of the few folks that do that, so that's pretty incredible. We post giveaways, so you never know. You could win concert tickets or Visa gift cards or coffee shop gift cards. We have all kinds of stuff. And then online, and we have an app, an Alexa skill for both stations. So you just walk up and, hey, Alexa, play WAKG, or hey, Alexa, play WBTM. It's that simple and that easy. So wherever you are, we are, social, online, everywhere. And then now websites, Paramount Plus, Hulu, we're pretty much everywhere you're hanging.
Tune in and click the links. They're all linked above. Make sure you're following. Make sure you continue listening and subscribing to Hello Hello. And I just really appreciate everyone watching and listening every week because it's you that allows us to sit here today. And so we really appreciate you. Continue rating, reviewing, subscribing, and letting me know who you'd like to see next because I will reach out to them. I promise you. And I will sit down with them and talk to them. So thank you again for being here. And thank you, everyone. We will talk to you next week. Bye.